everyone, this is Miss Moriarty and I'm here to discuss with us topic 3.3, which is all about survivorship curves. So here with survivorship curves, we can see that the line represented in the graph is going to depict for us the survival rate of organisms within the same aged group or cohort. The faster we see that that line drops, usually that means the quicker the die-off of those individuals. Usually the slower the drop in the line, the longer average lifespan we tend to see between birth and death. So we could see with type 1 organisms, they tend to have very high survivorship throughout their lifespans, and then they rapidly decline with greater age, versus organisms that are type 2 have a relatively constant decline throughout most of their lifespan, versus our type 3 curve has very low survivorship early in life with very few individuals that wind up reaching adulthood. So now our type 1 curve is mostly K-selected organisms. They have that high survivorship early on in life, and that is usually due to the parental care given to those organisms. High survivorship in midlife due to their large size, potential defensive behaviors against predators or competition, and then we see a rapid decrease in their survivorship later on as old age begins to set in. Some examples of organisms that display things like type 1 are going to be most mammals, things like elephants, whales, and even humans all display that type 1 survivorship. Now, type 2 can be somewhat of a blend between R-selected and K-selected organisms. We see a steady decrease with survivorship throughout their life, while type 3 are usually going to be mostly R-selected organisms. So they have very high mortality or low survivorship early on in their life due to that little or to no parental care given. Few make it to midlife, so we see a slow and steady decline in survivorship in that mid stage, and then even fewer then make it to adulthood. So we see that slow decline in survivorship in old age with organisms that exhibit type 3. Some examples of organisms that fall into that category can be things like insects, fish, and plants. Now looking at our practice FRQ for 3.3, you want to make sure you answer the FRQ in your FRQ journal and on the Edpuzzle. Here, identify a species that is likely to be case-selected and describe why they would exhibit this reproductive pattern. Okay, at this point we should have answered in our FRQ journal and on the Edpuzzle. A species that would likely be case-selected here would be maybe a human, could be an elephant, or really any other large type mammal. Because they are larger in size, they live long lifespans and contribute large amounts of their energy to parental care of young. This makes it so that they have that high survivorship in that young age, and we can see that displayed in the graph as type 1 survivorship. All right, everyone, that's it for our video here. You want to make sure that if you have any questions, please leave it at the end of the video.